Christmas present for all the standardized test studiers out there. I'm going to talk a little bit about a standardized test study technique. This worked really well for me, specifically for USMLE steps 1 and 2. I think it can be generalizable to most standardized tests. Hope you enjoy it. One of the most important things you need to figure out when you're studying for a standardized test is how much time do you have to study? When is the date of your test? So once you have that, you can work backwards from there and figure out, okay, how many days do I really have? How many study sessions do I really have? So let's say you've got a test 6 weeks from now. That's 42 days, but let's get specific here. You're going to take the test on this day, so that's not actually a day, so you -1 for that. Are you really going to get anything done those last 2 days before the test? You're probably going to be super nervous, so I wouldn't actually even count those as available study days. You're just going to be so freaking nervous and nothing's going to happen, right? Can you study every single day of the week? I say no, especially if you're in one of these full-time study things and you just literally have all day every day to study. You can't do that 7 days in a row. You're gonna torture yourself. So for me, what I decided was 1 day every week would be my rest day and my not study day. So for each of those weeks, I chose Saturday in this example. I'm gonna put an X on those, so those are non-study days. So you take out 2 days, 1 day for the test, 2 for your nervousness, 5 days as your rest days, and then also typically for standardized tests, you are supplied with some sort of practice test that is very realistic, like the ACGME has stuff for the medical stuff. I'm sure there's other stuff for other things. Those few practice tests are very good resources. So what I would do is work them into your schedule. I have 3 days that are devoted fully to practice test. So you take the full length practice test, and then after taking that practice test, you spend the rest of the day going over that practice test. So those 3 days that are for practice tests in this example, those are also non-study days. Subtract out our practice days. And so you can see at the end of this is just simple addition, right? Or subtraction. 42 -1, 25. You actually, if you have 6 weeks using this method, you actually have 31 study days that you actually have to distribute. So now that we actually have a number of days that we're going to be studying and distributing, we can decide what we do with each of those days. So for part 2 of this, I'm going to talk about the structure of each of the study days.